Been using these Finis ISO paddles. We said that you've got to be really careful of with concave. Get it in without massive charges on the plane. So that swim actually felt not bad. Been using these Finis ISO paddles, the isolate paddles, because they isolate the parts of your stroke to strengthen them that you want to strengthen depending on the type of stroke. So with backstroke and with freestyle, you want to be isolating like the outside of your body because you're pulling on the outside. With breaststroke and with fly, you want to be isolating like the interior, the pecs. So the premise with these is that where you put this keel, that one, that one, that one, that one, is opposite to what you want to strengthen. So you can flip these around. That's on the inside. It's going to isolate the outside, the tries and the traps for freestyle and backstroke. If you flip them around and it's on the outside, it's going to isolate your pecs. I've probably tried them for, I want to say 5 or 6 swims. Another guy in the lane has tried them, and they do what they're supposed to. Now, in order of most resistance to least, this would be the most. If you're looking for something that is just raw, outright strength all over, and actually you might be risking a little bit of shoulder injury because this is so much resistance, you're going with a paddle like this, or a Finis agility paddle. Next would be something like these. I don't find that it like burns out my muscles, but somewhere around 800 meters or so, you start feeling that little bit of fatigue in the areas that it's isolating. Last on the list is this Finis freestyler paddle. There's really like no resistance to this, it's basically all technique. Downside to this is that because they're so new, they're fairly expensive. I hear that they're about $60, so that's kind of pricey. You put them on like so, and like I say, yellow is on the left, black is on the right if you're doing freestyle or backstroke. Black is on the left, yellow is on the right if you're doing fly or breast. And you keep these little dots down here by the palm of your hand. As far as getting your hand into the right position, it feels pretty good. Like, because there's just that little bit more resistance, you can feel the front of the catch and make sure that you're scooping a fair bit of water while not totally ignoring the strength and while not completely risking injury. I like them. Thanks, Finis. There will be a link in the description below, affiliate link on Amazon. If you buy anything within the 24 hours after clicking through that link, we will get a small commission and it won't cost you anything extra, and it helps support us a lot because it all adds up. Thank you. Yeah, swim felt good. Felt strong. Felt good. The high performance coach that hangs off to the side, not high performing us, reminded me of something that I did in a video a couple years ago that I'll link to up here. That it was back when the channel was really small, so most of you haven't seen it, but it's about hand position as it relates to paddles. And what he said that you've got to be really careful of with concave paddles like this that have a scoop, and this is that you're not developing the habit of cupping your hand like that, because even though you're cupping your hand and it feels like you're able to grab water, what the science has actually proven is that when you cup your hand, you're actually making the surface area quite a bit smaller. So much better is to have a flat hand like that because there's more surface area, or best is to have a little bit of a relaxed hand to take that muscle tension out of your hand. And these little like 1/8 inch spaces, if it's just a small little space in between the fingers, it ends up basically acting like a solid because the water doesn't pass through it as if you're like that. So worst, little bit better, but not ideal. Much better, best. So when you're using paddles that are concaved, make sure that you don't get in the habit of keeping that scooped hand. Hand scoop. So Teraniacs, we are now, what are we? What's today? Today, 26. We are 23 days away from Half Ironman Austin 70.3. Tomorrow, I think, is one of the last finishing touch workouts. Then off to Kona, get my ass handed to me by the heat, just do a little bit of training there, and then we do a taper. Fly out on the 25th. I've been fielding a few emails from Trainiacs who are either going to be watching or racing, and I put this out there a while ago, but I haven't talked about it in a while, and there's a whole lot of new Trainiacs out there. So if you are going to be in Austin and you haven't yet got in on the Trainiac get-together, the plan is that the Friday evening before the race, we're all going to get together. I'm going to pick a restaurant. Unfortunately, I can't pick up the tab. YouTube AdSense revenue does not go very far. Oh, by the way, watch all the skippable ads if you don't mind. Maybe someday I could buy dinner for NTK. We got the kits. If you haven't seen the kits, there's one right, bam, there. One of the most popular Instagram posts I've ever put out. And then on this Saturday, we're all going to get together for half hour, 40-minute warm-up. And basically, we're going to dominate Half Ironman Austin 70.3. So if you have yet to get in and like figure out details and you haven't heard about this and this is all new to you, go to triathlontaren.com/Austin, put in your email address, and that's how I'm collecting everyone's info who's going to be in Austin. And we'll start arranging some things so that we can go in there and collectively drop it like it's hot. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. In other fun news, I am getting all my stuff together for all the camera gear that we're going to have to bring to Kona so that Mel and NTK and I can crank out a ton of stuff. And I have no idea how I'm going to pack this and get it in without massive charges on the plane. Alright, Trainiacs, new and old, thumbs up if you like the video. If you're new here, subscribe, and I am